Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we close out the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. It feels like it, particularly on this show.
Absolutely.
This being the fourth Saturday of the month means that this is bonus Wong, and we've really bonused him out today. I mean,
hey, it's been a lot of fun, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, anytime I get to talk fishing, and
really?
especially the Forestwood Cup and FLW, I'm a happy person, and I have to tell you, you know, we have had some wonderful guests on.
Right
we
on
started
time.
with Jeff Sprague, Larry Nixon, the General, Andrew Upshaw, our buddy Mark Rose, the local pro.
And now we're going to skip and kind of head.
We're going to go to Grass Valley, California.
Yes, we are, and I know he's got to get up early on this Saturday morning, but he's willing to talk fishing anytime he wants to, and that's Cody Meyer. Good morning, Cody.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
We're doing about as well as we can. We've done the gamut here, and Joe has been filling us in as we go. But here we go, Cody. It's that time. Talk a little bit about the year you've had, and I know that and what you feel like as you head to Lake Murray. You probably I don't know. We asked. Who did we ask in there? We asked. Jeff, how far it was from Point, Texas to Lake Murray, and he said his GPS
a long way.
Said a long ways. So
it's a pretty good distance from Grass Valley to Columbia, South Carolina, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought when you referred earlier to the local pro, you were talking about me. It's probably about 2,700 miles.
Well, to Ron Wong, who grew up in the Delta of Sacramento, California, you are his local pro, you know, to get into that. But talk a little bit about it, Cody, the experience. And I know that this is no big deal. I mean, well, it is a big deal, but you've been there, done that. Talk about as you go into this Cup appearance.
You know, this is going to be, I was just thinking about it the other day. It's going to be my 9th straight Cup.
Yep.
Super excited about it. I've been to Lake Murray once before, and that was back in 2014. And
right.
That was the year I had a great year. I finished second angler of the year behind Andy Morgan.
Yes, you did.
I went to Lake Murray. Confidence was high. I was excited. After day one, I think I had 15-something pounds. I was in second place, and I thought maybe this is it. I hit about 8 brush piles that day and caught my fish and had probably 50 or 60 marked. Day 2, I go out there. I had a 5 p.m. check-in time. Fished all day, never felt a bite, missed a bite, lost a bite, never caught a fish, blanked, caught 0. And so I ate some of Lake Murray's humble pie real quick. And so, yeah, it was that was my one and only experience on Lake Murray. So I'm excited to get back there. I definitely want some redemption after last time.
Well, I'm just glad. Did you notice?
It's going to be hot. It's going to be really tough fishing. It's going to, there's going to be multiple patterns, I'm sure. But I'm excited to get back there and just go have fun.
Well, we didn't ask you that, but you just came right out with it. I mean, that's fishing, right? That's it's not called catching; it's called fishing. The old saying is, but after that first day, the second day, zippo. So does that energize you for Lake Murray this time after what happened the last time you were there?
Oh, absolutely. That was embarrassing, but it's like say it's fishing. I mean, it can happen. It's you just get off in your rotation a little bit wrong, and that particular tournament I mentioned I was fishing brush piles and herring fish. Those herring fish move so much, when I say herring fish, they're bass that eat blueback herring, so they're constantly on the move. They're never going to stay in one spot, and so that can happen. But I'm definitely motivated. I mean, I don't ever want to do that again in my fishing career, especially not at the Forest Wood Cup. So, I'm definitely motivated. I'm excited to get there. I did something different this year. Usually I pre-practice a bunch for the Forest Wood Cup, and I did not do that this year just because, I've been gone a bunch, and my wife is due August 20th.
I was getting ready to say it's getting close.
So I just am spending some time at home, and we're going to have 4 days of practice this year. So when I come back, I'm going to be, really motivated and excited to get out there. And to be honest, this season, I started off at Guntersville with the 21st. Started off really well, and then after that, I had 2 really bad finishes for me. In fact, my worst finish of my career, then my 3rd worst finish. And the only reason I know that is because Bass Fan called up and had to do an article on that.
Yeah. Well,
and then, the last 4 tournaments were really good. I made the top 20 in every one. So at one point of the season, I literally thought I was 76. Hey, this is the year I'm not going to make the Cup.
Hey,
and
Cody.
Around and to finish 6th in the points. And just to make another Cup and have this opportunity, extremely excited, blessed. And like I say, this year is going to be different. It's going to have fun. And you fish every Forest Wood Cup to win. But, this one is going to be no different. And maybe luck rolls my way and something good happens.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the lake, and let's talk a little bit about what you think may happen. I mean, one of your strengths is finesse fishing and topwater fishing, and of course, those are your favorite ways to fish. Strike King has just come out with a new 2.75 swimmer bait. You've helped Daiwa come out with some new finesse rods.
Yep.
How's all this going to work for you?
You're spot on. I love finesse fishing. We have this new 2.75-inch Rage swimmer. It's the perfect size to match the hatch. And I love throwing the Topwater and Daiwa. They designed this whole signature series of rods around each pro strength. Myself, Brent Ayler, a bunch of guys, and the lake's going to set up pretty different. It's going to be similar to 2014. There's a lot more grass in the lake, I know, than there was back in 14. Kind of like the old years when there was a lot of grass. So there's going to be a lot of schooling fish. Fish eating herring, eating some threadfin. I can really see Strike King Sexy Dog coming into play, especially the new Nude series, which is a clear bait. Guys can fish them out of the package like that or custom paint them. I'm personally going to fish them out of the package.
Right.
In the Topwater edition, somewhere like Murray, this fish when they're eating topwater on a clear lake, that clear topwater, all it is a silhouette. When they look up, they don't see it as well. They hear it, but it looks more natural. So that's going to be something big. And then, of course, there's going to be a lot of shallow fish. There's going to be deep schooling fish, like we mentioned, the finesse, swim bait, finesse fishing, topwater, and then a lot of shallow grass.
With the shallow grass,
rocks, flipping.
Yeah.
So there's going to be, several patterns. I'm obviously going to try them both. Like I say, we had 4 days of practice. We're going to have 4 days this year. So I'm going to really divide my practice up to do each one of those, 2 days apiece. Last time the tournament was won, Anthony Gagliardi won it.
Right.
He's local there. He's the guy to beat for sure. He caught a lot of fish schooling. He caught some fish on brush piles.
That's right.
But, he knows that place. So for me to win, it's going to have to be a combination of several things. I feel like I said, find the right area where they're schooling.
And being versatile, absolutely.
And hopefully, get some big ones up shallow.
And you're talking about a clear water lake, Cody, and you've got all of the equipment to be able to do that. Electronics plays a big part in this too, doesn't it?
What was that, Ron?
Electronics is going to play a big part on this lake to do well. And, of course, you use the Ray Marine products How's that going to help? What are you going to be looking for? Brush piles, ledges, creek channels?
Yep. So, when you're fishing offshore, you're going to be looking definitely a lot of brush piles, a lot of cane piles. They call them cane out there. All it is bamboo.
Right.
Guys will actually sink bamboo. That is something I really like to fish, just because you can fish a crankbait, a 6XD, a swim bait through that cane.
Right.
It doesn't hang up. Where if you don't use the right brush pile, you're going to hang up in that brush pile. It's got to be something like a dogwood or something
right.
to have it be really effective. But I'm going to be looking for a lot of brush pile, a lot of cane, a lot of deep points and stuff to drop into the main channel. That's going to be the stuff you look for, on your electronics.
Cody, I got to ask you something.
Somewhere where herring will run across, and
right.
you're going to intercept them right there, and it's going to be, feeding zones for bass.
Yep.
As well as just bait itself. You kind of want to find areas. There's going to be certain areas of the lake that are going to hold more bait, and finding that can be good too with a lot of those suspended fish that aren't as active throughout the day.
Cody, I'm going to have to ask you too, is a dream shot going to come into play?
I would say yes, for sure. I was fishing a bait real similar to that in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
It's a natural bait. It's very realistic. When you're fishing some of those brush piles, that's going to be a bait that you're going to have to throw Texas rigged in there. And it's August. It's literally going to be the toughest month of the year to fish that. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
And fish aren't really in the feeding mode. They're going to feed more at night. And so you're going to have to finesse a lot of these fish to get them to bite, I really believe.
Well, Cody, and again, we're talking to Cody Meyer here on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We close it out. Cody, I know 15 bass, you're going for what do you think? What's it going to take? You've been in enough of these things. You've been to Lake Murray. What's your prediction on weight?
I would say 15 pounds a day will win.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's 60 pounds.
Gagliardi won it with 52 pounds.
52. Well, okay. All right. So we're going to see what it happens. And I guess you do know that once you go over there and you win this thing, you're going to have to be life known as a millionaire, because that's going to put you over, buddy. I know you never thought about that in your life, but
having a handshake, man, for sure.
Yeah,
that happens. But
that's
what I think. 15 pounds a day. I'll tell you this: it's a lot easier to win a 3-day than a 4-day.
It is that. It is that.
4 days is tough, especially in the summer. I've had some really good finishes in the Cup, and man, it's hard to catch them for 4 days, and obviously it's hard to catch them for 3 days. But all you can hope for is you catch them the first 2, you put yourself in position on the 3rd day. You're going to have to do everything right to do it.
And then you're going to come home. You're going to come home, and you're going to experience what Joe just experienced. Joe, do you need to give him any tips about having a baby around the house?
Well, I actually went to Cody for tips. He just had.
That's right, because your daughter's what, 2 now?
I talked to him, but now he's got number 2 on the way. So
yeah.
Hopefully, it seems I'm a couple years behind him. So in 2 years, I may be going to him for tips on that.
Oh, okay. All right. We're finding out all sorts of things here on the radio this morning. Hey, Cody, thank you, buddy, for being with us.
Tell Carrie all the best from us.
Yeah, all the best. And Ron will be over there, and go get him. Okay, buddy?
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Cody. All right. We're going to keep Joe on here right now because, Joe, before we let you go, the dates on it again and what's happening?
Absolutely. It's the Forest Wood Cup, the World Championship of Bass Fishing, August 11th through 13th. If you can't make it over to Lake Murray in Columbia, South Carolina to come see the show, you can follow everything online.
I do.
We've got the best coverage team in the business is going to be on the water at the expo, taking pictures, and Ron Wong's going to be there helping out as well. So,
yeah, I'll be there.
FLWfishing.com is where you can find all that. We'll have our live show going throughout the day, every day. So make sure to come check us out, FLWfishing.com.
Hey, and for those of you that are on Twitter, FLW does a wonderful job of keeping you up to date of what's happening on the water on Twitter.
Did you hear that Larry Nixon has Twitter? I mean,
Yes, sir.
Can you believe that?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Twitter's
It's a
what's
beautiful
happening.
thing, guys. Our social media team is kicking butt. And,
Yeah.
You are.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, we're on all of it.
You are
And,
everywhere.
if you're a
That's
social media person.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow FLW Fishing.
That's right, and we have a lot of those out there. Let me, before we let Joe go, let me tell you about next week's show because it'll be Fifth Saturday. That's a bonus Saturday for us on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Gene Smith and Charlie Covington will be in the studio. We're going to talk to Chris Ellis.
Chris Ellis with Hook.
Hook Performance Fishing, talking about the next level long sleeve shirts.
And by the way, they have some new shoes out too that are really nice.
I know I've talked about that. And we're going to have Stacy Walker on Prime
Boy,
One
they have
Camo
some beautiful
because
stuff.
they have just hooked up with Engel Coolers for a new partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to talk to Andreas Faith, a university professor from Germany who is swimming the entire 652-mile length of the Tennessee River. How about that? Swimming that long. And then we're going to talk to our good friend Jerry Winder of Hunter Safety Systems, all on Outdoors with Larry Ray next Saturday. Joe, we appreciate you, buddy, for hanging with us. Got a lot of fans down here in Memphis area on FLW, and I'm asking you one request before we cut us off here. Please take care of Ron, okay? I mean, watch out for him, okay, buddy?
Will do. Thanks a lot, guys. Congratulations on 50 years, Larry. Here's to many more. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
That's right, and this is Larry.
Good.
This
See you
is
soon, Ron.
This is Larry Ray, as I do each and every week. Doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And Ron, God bless the USA.
Absolutely.
You can find out